Hey everyone, welcome back to my podcast. Today's episode is all about what I've been up to and why I have not been posting. As you can see, I'm in a new area. I did move. I have a new place to live. I don't live with my parents anymore. I live on my own and I have my own place. I was actually just watching a podcast. I was going to start watching a podcast with Dr. Gaber and Jay Shetty. If you don't know him, I don't know a lot of work that they do, but I know the one is a mental health advocate, and he talks about mental health issues and siblings and things like that. So let's get started. So I haven't been posting is because last year I was actually going to school. I was trying to get a legal administration assistant diploma, and I actually got it, and I passed it, and I thought I was doing a 2-week work thing with the college, and I found out that they don't do placements, they don't do any of that stuff, which really took a toll on my mental health, because I was like going, how am I going to look for a job in legal? How am I going to get the experience I need? Because I really don't have the experience in legal or office work, because I never did that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, I have to just wing it and teach myself, or get the people who I'm going to be working for to teach me. Like, I'm not putting the school down at all. I'm just awareing people, like CDI College doesn't do placements for some courses, which they're supposed to be, because other colleges do it, like normal colleges, but CDI is a private college, and they're not recognized by the Ontario College, which is sad. I was told that I was going to do a 2-week program, and I didn't do it. I'm not going to bash the school. I got the college degree and everything like that. And I did it, and I was supposed to do it and everything like that. So let's talk about, I just wanted to get that off my shoulder, that I did get my grade 12. I finally got my grade 12. I have that diploma coming this month. And So on today's episode, we're just going to talk about anything and randomly things that have been going on in my life. So a lot of things have been going on. I have decided that I was going to go on medication to help me with my mental health issues, my depression, my anxiety that I have. And I went on that medication. I even went on some sleeping meds. And I did try those patches that you can get off of Amazon, and they work perfectly. But, with everything that's going on in the world today, there's so much stuff going on in the world, and a lot of people, all I want to say is to the American people, if you're listening, my prayers and thoughts are with you guys. Keep fighting, keep it up. I believe in you guys. I know that you can change what your government is doing. I am so sorry for what's going on over there. Just know that you have Canadians backing you, and that we support you in the decisions you are making. As a Canadian citizen, I am very proud to be. I am able to live in my country and not have to worry about any of that stuff. And with the American people, they have to worry about it because of their government ripping things out and everything like that. But I'm not going to get on this. I'm not going to get into any politic talk. I'm here to talk about mental health and the struggles with life. And if anybody doesn't want to listen to that part where I talked about what's going on in the United States, then that's fine. Skip it. I don't care what you have to say. I do care, but not a lot. So I've been going through a lot I went home for 4 days back to Stratford, where I'm from. And it was very hard for me because I don't usually, I don't like saying that, going home was weird for me because I live up here in Ottawa now. I went home and it just felt very weird. And I mean very weird. Like, I didn't belong, and I know that I'm from that town, but it's like when you move out of a town that is your hometown and you go in and you make a life somewhere else, it's like, you got to, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like you have to, oh man. Okay, I'm back. I gotta put my headphones on. See this one? Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go do something. That looks better. So anyhow, I don't know where I was, but let's continue. So oh man. You get like one of these days where you just don't know what you're talking about and you don't know why. And that, just hold a second. I'm just going to put you on pause. Hi everyone. Sorry, I had to fix my phone. It looked like it was on the fritz or something like that. So we were talking about, like, if you want to make a comment about what I said about the United States, go right ahead. It really doesn't bother me. I trying my best not to. I should make a statement on it, but I already have. My prayers and thoughts are with them. I do have cats, so if you hear through the mic that my cats are going at it, it's because I have a black cat. His name is Goober. I still have Ty, I still have Fluff, and I still have Snow. So when you think about the troubles that I've been having, like with my mental health, like I was talking about, I'm on medication for my anxiety, my depression. My anxiety, I get very hyped up. I've noticed that I have been calming down a little, but not a lot. And it's very struggling because of my ADHD, because I have ADHD, that I, have a hard time calming down. I have a hard time relaxing and a hard time just trying to bear with it on what I'm supposed to do. And the reason I haven't been posting is because like I was saying, with everything that's been going on in the world, I just, I want to talk about everything, but at the same time, it's like, should I talk about everything? Should I make a comment on what's going on? Because, there's a lot of people who are making statements, and I do share their stuff and everything. I do feel for them on what they're going through. But I can't speak about something that I've never experienced in my life. I've never experienced the things that they're going through. I've never had to, and I'm very grateful for that. But one of these days I will have to experience it, and it's just a scary moment for everyone right now. And I just don't want to lead into my opinion about it. But my prayers and thoughts are with everyone that has been going through a lot of stuff. In the States, in the Middle East, all of it. My prayers and thoughts are with you guys. I've been busy editing for my sister Jenna, who has a podcast. Since I have moved to Ottawa, I've been editing her podcasts still. She's been doing them every Sunday, which I got to put up a podcast for her. My podcasts are supposed to come out every Friday, where I'm talking about things and I'm making up episodes, and I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start writing down ideas of talking about mental health and struggles with life and things like that. I'm going to start doing that. I just don't know when. I don't know when I'm going to start doing that. I'm just hoping soon, like I get up the courage to do it. Like I keep reminding myself, I have an alarm on my phone that goes off and says, hey, Johanna, you're supposed to do a podcast today. Get it done. I do have something for my SD cards to go in. Like I'll put this podcast up today. And this podcast won't be going up till next Friday. Like it'll go up tonight, and then I'll make sure that there's an episode prepared for Friday to talk about things. I've had offers for people to come on my podcast, but it's just I don't make any money off my podcast right now, so it's like it's not worth me actually, doing this. So yeah, so that's the end of that conversation. I'm just going to keep doing my podcast for fun. That's what I'm doing. But anyhow, I have been reading a lot. I've been, finishing up books that I've been reading. I've been listening to a lot of audio. I'm hoping to start talking about the books that I've been reading soon. I just gotta find them all. I'm gonna sell some of my books because like I have over 200 books now. I do get book of the month. I did read the vampire one from Vampire with the Dinner with the Vampires, which is from the girl who played Haley off of One Tree Hill, which I really recommend. Go read it. Understand where she's comes from. She was in a cult, a religious cult. I don't know a lot about them, and I don't want to know anything about them because they're scary. But I feel for her because I liked her on One Tree Hill. She was an amazing actress. She was an amazing person, and the fact that she was going through something in the background of her life and nobody knew about it, but people expect something was going on. It was like, oh my goodness, like why didn't she open up when she had the opportunity? And it just baffles me that people who treat people like that are allowed to. What she went through was a lot of mental, emotional abuse. And I can relate to her in some ways because I was in a mentally emotional abusive relationship with a man for 4 years. I met him in 2020. We broke up before I moved. I got away from him. I got on the emergency housing list for Ottawa. I've always been upfront and honest about you guys and what kind of income I'm on what I'm doing. I was like going, wow, The other book that I'm going to probably read is the Frankie one. I have it back here. My sister had it in Stratford with her. She read it. She listened to the audio. I'm more than likely will be listening to that one next. It's about a YouTuber family. The mom went very crazy and was very strict and was just doing things to get the views and get the likes. I'm so grateful that I don't have a family channel with my kids, that I never made a family channel with my kids, because I think that would take a toll on their mental health, and everybody expects too much from people who have made it big on YouTube, and that's why I'm so grateful that I'm not making it big. I have 73 subscribers, which I'm content with. If I go up, I go up, and I've realized that. I am looking for a job in legal. I applied at a couple jobs, and I it might be looking good for me. I don't know. I just started applying yesterday, and it's been fun. You know what I mean? It's been a lot of fun. Handing my resume into an actual good paying job, having my grade 12 and saying, oh, I don't have my grade 12. I can't apply to these jobs. It feels good. It feels like I've accomplished a lot. I got my grade 12 in May. I got my college stuff in May. I can't make it to the graduation for either of them, which is fine. My son's graduating on Tuesday. I get to go see that graduation. And it's a good feeling. You know what I mean? It's a really good feeling that I get to go watch my son graduate from high school. He tried out for the Army, and he might be going back the second time to do it. Some of the workouts weren't good for him, so he has to work on it, so it's going to take him a while. I have been thinking about joining the military. I'm 41 years old. I can still join. I just can't do a lot of the things that younger kids can do, but I'm thinking about it. I've been thinking a lot about just, trying to get my life together, trying to get things done. I have my own place. I'm now paying bills. I'm paying a cell phone bill. I'm paying a cable bill. I'm paying a hydro bill, all of that stuff. And it's yeah. So I need to get my ass moving on that. I do want to work before my daughter goes back to school, because she's the only kid that I have in school. I would love to start working in a legal office in January. I have decided that I'm going to go back to school to do legal clerk, to get that done. And that's a 2-year program. I'm hoping to get OSEP for that again. I got OSEP for this one course I did for legal administration assistant online. Barely any classes. That's all I'm going to say. I know I keep saying that. Oh, there's a lot of things I could talk about, because there's so many things that I've been up to. I live near the beach, Britannia Beach. I go for walks down there off and on. I was supposed to go with my daughter tonight. I'll try to post pictures on this video. I don't know if I can, because this is a new computer that I have. I've been really, really trying just to live my life in peace. like my ex comes down at the beginning of July to see the kids, which is okay, coming up to see us. I've seen the Parliament. My first time seeing the Parliament was last year in November. I think I talked about it on my goals for the new year and I've been really, seeing the Parliament. I'm just going to go back to that. Seeing the Parliament for the first time ever, and you're Canadian, you're thinking in your head, well, I should have been in Ottawa years ago before I had kids, seeing the Parliament, seeing the Capitol, seeing what Canadians are about. And, I never thought about that. I never really thought that I would be able to, see the Parliament. Like every time I came up here to get my niece, I was like going, Janine, let's go to the Parliament. I want to see it. And I finally got to see it. And she's actually going back to get therapy again, so I might be going back uptown to see it again. I more likely, got my fingers crossed, I'll take more videos. But we'll have to see what happens. I am doing watercoloring painting now, to relax myself and everything like that, which is nice. I can't show you any of the art because I'm sitting here at my computer desk. I've been, I tried yoga, I started doing a little bit of yoga last year just to help me relax. I'm going to start back up. I'm getting some stuff on my Pilates journey that I want to take, my yoga journey that I want to take, and I might just do it on my fitness channel. I'm trying to get myself into the communities online to talk to people, to be able to communicate a lot of it. And I think, seriously, I think my opinion, sorry guys, I think mainly my whole opinion about, just trying to meet new people, trying to meet the people that I want to meet, getting in a good crowd of people is the main thing for me with my mental health and the struggles that I have in life because of my ADHD. If you hear that meow, that's our new cat, and his name is Goober. But I think that, we have a tendency of just trying our best, and sorry, I'm just snapping my fingers because he likes to have an attention, and if he doesn't have the attention, he starts meowing like crazy. Okay, buddy, come on. But just trying to get in a good crowd of people is the one thing. Going back onto the book subject, I am reading the Sophie Groen-Trudeau book. I think that, it's a really good book to read. I started reading it a year ago, back in 2020. I think it was 2023 when I started reading it. When it first came out, that's when I started reading it. And there's a lot of things in there that I want to talk about on a podcast, but I can't talk about it right now. So I'm going to be trying my best to get it done so I can talk about it and take some notes from it and things like that. I listen to a lot of mental health podcasts and everything like that. Just people who want to talk and are professionals. That's what I want to listen to, is people who are professional. I did find affordable therapy, but I kept canceling on the girl. So I'm going to get a therapy appointment for Saturday or Sunday just to talk to somebody, because, I just want to keep my mental health clean. I want to keep my aura pretty good. You know what I mean? I want to be able to, do all this and be able to concentrate and keep concentrating, because lately I just been feeling really down to the ground. Like nothing is going my way. You know what I mean? I really want to be able to sit here and talk to you guys about stuff that matters to me, but not do it at night like I'm doing right now. It's 12:17, so it's the next day, and I am just so baffled that I need to get back on routine like I was. I say to myself, I'm gonna do a vlog to clean, I'm gonna do this to clean, I'm gonna do this to clean, I'm gonna do that to clean. I'm gonna do a video about my day and things like that. But I'm too shy of blogging, I'm too shy of vlogging. I want to do a whole brand new room renovation, on my room upstairs, because my bed, it's my old bed from my old house, my mom's house when I was living there. I took it down because I couldn't fit a queen size in that bedroom that I was in, and now I have a queen size up in my room, which is very comfortable. I'm not complaining. Next week I have to get something for it so that I can sleep on it without the double foam thing, so I can put it down in the basement so that when someone comes over they can sleep in the basement, because that is where the double bed is. That's where my old bunk bed is, so people can sleep down there. But I think the one thing that people don't understand is that if you ever don't believe, if you believe that something is wrong with you, and you believe that you're going through something just like I am. I'm probably in early menopause, like my sister is. She's 43. I'm 41, about to be 42. My sister Jenna, she's 40, going on to 41. So like me and the girls are like so close in age. My brother is like 45 or 46, almost in his 50s. And, I'm thinking to myself, like in 10 years from now, in 8 years from now, when I turn 50, I'm going to have to go for all these testing that they're going to want me to go for. Like all the things that you have to go for at 50. And it's like going, oh, great. I want to be healthy. I want to be stable enough. So I'm trying to get my body into the routine. Like I have some news. Like last year I did a program. And now I'm down under 240, and I'm losing the weight, which is nice. And it was scaring me at first because I was losing just not 1 pound. I was losing 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. And I stopped. I'm stuck at the 230s now. I haven't gone back to 240 since last year. I really haven't been. My heaviest that I've ever been was 250, and I have not been back up there in years. But I have been watching what I've been eating. I've not been so stressed out. I have not been so any of that. I've been so more relaxed here that I can do anything I want. And I believe that, when you believe in yourself and you can do it, you can do it. Like I found this program is doing, they showed me some good, I'm just going to let it play, record. I found some good recipes. Like I learned how to make chocolate chip cookie dough, eatable cookie dough with, protein powder and chocolate chip and almond flour and syrup, maple syrup, and vanilla extract. I made all that and I put it in the freezer, and it's one of my favorite dishes. It has a taste bit to it, but it's worth it. I'm gonna I got the rice wraps coming. Those things that you can use to put vegetables in. I'm gonna learn how to make those. So I'm gonna make some variety of stuff, and I want to film myself doing that and put it on as reels on my YouTube channel, shorts and reels, and actually make a YouTube video about it on what I'm making. And I think it would be actually pretty good. I think it would be really good to do all that. But yeah, like that is my agenda. I have cookbooks. I got to move into the kitchen. I made a loaf of bread yesterday. My first ever loaf of bread I made yesterday. And it was like, wow. I was like, I did a pretty damn good job making this loaf of bread. Like, I can't believe it. And it's like, okay, well then, I guess this is a good thing. So bacon is one of the things I like to do to help me calm down when I'm so stressed out. Bacon and sometimes cleaning keeps me going, keeps my mind off of things. I cook dinner all the time. We lost Henry a year ago, and it's been tough for us, but we've been getting through it. And I lost my dog to cancer, and it's a real bitch, and it's real bad. But you know what? We get through it, right? We really do. And when we get through something like that, we can move on from it and everything. I have been thinking about getting another dog. My kids and I have been really thinking about bringing in another dog, but we don't know yet. I'm hoping to start fostering dogs through the OSPCA here in Ottawa so that I can have that companion back around like a dog. I have cats, but they're good cats. You can leave them at home when you go away. You can, all of that. But sometimes you can't. So I miss having a dog. I miss having the ability to walk an animal, like, because my mom has the dogs. I used to be able to walk my dog. I used to be able to spend a lot of time with him. He spent a lot of time with me in my bedroom, and then he passed on, and it was like a slap in the face, and it was like going, yep, he's gone, so now what, I think the one thing that, a lot of people, when they get attached to animals or people in general, it's very hard for them to be able to move on and being able to let that person go, that animal go. Henry's on the shelf unit, and I'm going to be actually doing a updated house tour soon once I get this house all cleaned up, because right now it's not. Because like I've been so busy, like I said, with cleaning the house, trying to keep the housework up, trying to do all that. Plus looking for a job now, because now I have my grade 12. Now it's getting down to the crunch. Get off your ass and just look for a job. And that's what I'm going to do. I have done a couple sit down videos. I've done a lot of sit down videos with my phone and everything like that. But we'll just have to see what happens, If I start doing my podcasts, I will. But as for my mental health, it's getting better slowly with not living at my parents', not being around the screaming and the yelling and the ranting and raving that happens there. People getting mad over the stupidest things, or somebody saying something stupid and then that person getting mad. It's been okay, And I've learned a lot living out on my own. And I've learned a lot just being by myself with the kids, and I've learned a lot about my kids and what they're doing and what they shouldn't be doing, and that is the hardest thing. But yeah, like, they haven't met any, like, my son's graduating high school. My daughter, she won't get out and meet new kids. Like, her mental health isn't the greatest, but I'm going to get her to talk to somebody soon. I'm going to pay for a session for her, and that, I took my hair down. But I think that, I'm even getting gray hair, people. Like, I'm actually getting gray hair. I'm really am. I'm getting gray hair. And I'm not zooming up to it because it's like, I'm 41. I don't know why the hell I'm getting gray hair. But I am. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I can't believe it. I am so baffled that, I'm getting that. Like, am I aging really that bad? Like, I used to do face creams all the time on my face and everything like that. I used to wash my face constantly because they say it's good. And now I wash my face every night. I put a night mask on my face, and that. And you can get them from Temu, by the way. You can get those night masks from Temu. And my face, like, if you can look, my face ain't so red like it used to be. Barely. And it's like going, oh my goodness, that's changing for me, right? But I'm starting to get the wrinkles underneath the eyes. I'm getting skin tags around my eyes. I have to get those checked. But yeah, like, holy crap. But no, like, I'm very, very self-confident about my body. If something doesn't look good on me, I will not wear it. If I don't feel comfortable in that outfit, I won't wear it because it makes me look bigger than I really am. Like, I got these nice clothes upstairs that is for office work, and I tried them on the one time, and like the nice dress pants, and I got the clothes all from Shein. I don't give a shit if it's fake fashion or not. I don't give two flying craps, okay, guys? And I'm sorry for swearing on my podcast. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, I don't care what you guys think. Fast fashion is affordable to me because of my income. And if you don't know what income I'm on, go back on my podcasts and you'll find out. So yeah, like, I have these nice dress pants. I got this nice bodysuit and everything like that. And I got all these nice clothes to be able to do the 2-week workshop that thought I was supposed to do, right? And I didn't do it. And now the clothes are sitting in my closet, not being worn. But the thing about this whole thing is that I'm hoping if I can get an office job, I'll be wearing them. Like, I already have clothes. Like, come on, give me the job. That's the type of thing I'm saying. Like, just give me the job. Like, I'll show up looking nice. My hair will be all nicely done. My face will be all like I would be like, I am here to work. So yeah, like, that is the thing. And when you go out and you buy all these clothes and you find out that, oh wait, I didn't get the job, but I wasted all my money when that money could have went somewhere else, you know what I mean? Like, and that is what was going through my head when I got told I wasn't doing a placement. And it was like, crap, I could have put that money somewhere else. Instead, I bought clothes with it, which I needed clothes. I'm 41 years old and I wear clothes that I wear jogging pants. That's what I'm wearing today. Is a pair of jogging pants and a t-shirt and pretty much like, you know what I mean? Like, even, I went home for about 4 days and I came home with a sore back. I pinched a nerve in my back and I was bedbound. Like, it was hurting, and now I'm feeling better. I'm doing things around the house. Sometimes, when you get up, like when I get up after doing this, I'm going to be like so sore. Like it's going to be going to bed. I'll put this up tomorrow. I'm going to put the audio up tonight, but I'm going to put the video on Wheels up tomorrow. But like, I have a channel specifically for my podcast. Excuse me. I didn't mean to make that noise. That was me burping. But I think that, the one thing that, everybody has to understand is that when you buy all the, like when somebody makes a comment about the way you look or the way you're dressing, oh, why are you dressing like that? Why aren't you dressing like a little bit more appropriate? Sometimes people just don't care about the way they look, and it's okay. Don't let those people tell you otherwise, because if you let them control you, if you let them tell you what you can and cannot wear, and you go and you dress like them, and then you get told, why are you dressing like that? Well, I got told to dress like this because it's the way we're dressing these days. And you'd be like, and the person would be looking at you going, you don't need to dress like everybody else. You could dress the way you want to dress, and that's all to it. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I'm not looking at my camera. But no, seriously, all you have to do is, like, I feel comfortable in the way I look. I look fine in my eyes. Like, yeah, I wear jogging pants and a t-shirt. I don't wear that out anymore. I wear, like, black tights or tank top and a pair of black tights or a pair of shorts and a pair of tights. I don't look... Yeah, when I'm walking to Tim Hortons, I wear a pair of shorts and a t-shirt and I look like a slob. But so what? That's just who I am. It's not like I'm going to the mall or going out with somewhere with my sister who likes to look nice and proper. So I dress proper just to make her happy. But why should I care on what other people say on what I can and cannot wear? Why should I allow somebody to condemn me for the way I look? I'm already having issues as it is on the way I look. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I'm dressing. I go put something on. I don't like the way it looks on me because of my size. I'm already having body issues because of that. Why are you going to tell me that I have to dress in a certain way to be able to look better? And like, seriously, like, grow the heck up. Like, you can't tell somebody they don't look nice because you don't like the way. If you don't like the way they're dressing, then don't talk to them. And that's all to it. Just don't talk to them, because I can tell you one thing right now. It's not worth it. And it's not worth that person's time that you're making fun of. You're making them feel bad about themselves because you're dressing the way you do. Yes, you like dressing the way you do. But does that matter to that person? No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter to me or to that person. You want to dress like that? You dress like that. If you feel comfortable dressing like that, then you dress like that. Don't come up to me and tell me that I have to wear something that you think that will be better off when I like to dress like this because I just want to dress down or I don't feel comfortable in my skin and I don't feel comfortable with what I look like or what I wear. That's all to it. And that's the one thing that, you'd have to get through someone's head is that, like, you need to be able to sit there and say, and stand up for yourself and say, I don't care what you have to say. Don't talk to me. And I think that's the one thing that people have the problems with. They see people wearing jogging pants and t-shirts and jogging shirts and everything. And then you see the people who are all dressed up with the crop tops and you're like, oh, I want to wear that. I want to wear that. And then you go try it on and it doesn't look good on you. Makes you look like I'm not saying it. But you know what I mean? Like, those kind of people make me feel like I have to dress like that. I have to wear crop tops. I have to wear shorts that are practically showing my ass and my ass practically showing, like, hanging out, and I don't like that. I don't look good in those shorts. I don't like the way I look in those shorts, and I'm not going to wear those shorts to make you happy. I'm going to wear those shorts if I like to wear this kind of stuff. I'm going to wear it. And now that I'm 41 years old, and it's like going, do I really want to dress like that? Do I really want to present myself like that? Just hold on, guys. Sorry about that. I had to put a new SD card in there. I'm going to have this thing on 2 SD cards. But like I was saying, like, you shouldn't allow somebody to tell you how you should and shouldn't dress. And I don't. So I wear what I want. But when I go out with my sister, when I go out somewhere with my sister, or I go out with somebody else, I dress proper, I wear a t-shirt or a pair of black pants, and I look nice that way. I've gone into wearing jeans, but I really just don't care what other people have to say. I just don't. I get the looks. I used to get the looks all the time at my hometown when I used to go looking like this, wearing a pair of jogging pants and a t-shirt. They would look at me and go, "Why are you wearing that?" They wouldn't say that to me. That's what they're saying in their mind. And you're like going, "Leave me alone." Technically, that's what you're saying. I think that, taken from all of this and doing what I'm trying to do is trying to live my life, trying to be able to, wear what I want to wear, be who I want to be, get a job, look proper. But there is some stereotypes out there, and we all know that, and that's the one struggle that you have in life as somebody who struggles with things in your life. They have a persona of the type of person they want working for them, or they have a persona of the type of person they want to date. And it's like, okay, let's take, for example, a 53-year-old man going after a 25-year-old. Like, yeah, I think that's okay. But right now in the States, I know there's I think a football coach engaged to a 24-year-old, and he's 65, and everybody's making a big deal out of it. That is sick. That 24-year-old shouldn't be with that 65-year-old. That 65-year-old might have tons of money in the bank, but you're making yourself look like the gold digger. And I think that is sick. I don't understand some of these men, but I'm not going to condemn them. I'm not going to say, well, that's wrong, into their faces. I know it's wrong. But women do it too. But if you prefer to be with a younger version than who your wife is, and your wife's going through menopause, and you go and you get the younger version, and then that younger version uses you for all your money because you have retirement funds, you have all this that you got with your wife, and you're looking at yourself going, why did I do this? Why did I leave my ex-wife for this young girl? Or even the wife says it. Why did I leave my husband for this man? Like, come on here. But, if you want to make a comment on that, go right ahead. But I think it's hilarious, because I think that even the 25-year-olds or the 24-year-olds or the 22-year-olds are making a bad example for the people who are, like, I would love to be in a relationship. I have an age range, and it's not 65. It's 54 and up. 54 to my age. I'm 41. Okay? I don't care if I date a 54-year-old. But I'm 41. Okay? I'm 11 years younger. Yeah. And that is fine. But if you're a 25-year-old and you're 25 years younger than that man, that is wrong. Or that woman, that is wrong. But I'm just basing my opinion. So if I can't base my opinion, then who am I, right? But I think that, so I'm playing with my teeth too, if you can hear that. I'm just so baffled that you have people out there like that. But you got a lot of people out there like that doing, accusing people of things that they didn't do. And you have people who are really toying with people's mental health issues and the way people are struggling in life and things like that. Let's talk about narcissistic. Narcissistic is exactly the same way. They know how to pin you. They know how to take you and degrade you and tell you're not worth it, and use your YouTube channel, because my ex did this, use your YouTube channel and make comments, describe to your channel, get your hopes up that you're getting subscribers, and then you don't get any more, and it's like going, fine. It used to bug me when my ex did that to me. I was like going, you don't need to subscribe. Every time you subscribe to my channel, you make a big deal out of it, and you make nasty comments on my YouTube channel. It's like, a narcissistic will degrade you, and you don't even realize it. They'll keep you in a hole and not let you out. They'll tell you that you're the problem, but really they're the problem. They'll tell you that, well, you are the one who's making all the issues, not me. No, that's a guilt trip. And that's what a narcissistic does. They make you feel bad about yourself. They make you feel so down low to the ground, to the point where you won't want to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, sorry guys, this is my son's cat. My son's cat, everybody. Can you see me? He's just gonna sit on my lap. But no, like you can't expect, a narcissistic to be nice. They're nice to you, they're sweet to you, they're kind to you when you first meet them, and then they go behind your back and they're like going, well, you're doing this wrong, or you're doing that wrong, or you're doing this wrong, and you think you're the problem. They tell you that you're the problem, or they tell you that, you have to, oh, well, you got to change yourself. You don't look good that way. You don't look good this way. And I was involved with a narcissist for 4.5 years, mentally emotional one, who was a drug addict, who was an alcoholic, and it's very hard, and it takes a toll on somebody. And it's like going, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm not going to put up with this, buddy. You need to go and leave me alone. So I moved here and I got away from him. And I haven't heard from him ever since. I barely text his mom. I barely talk to his mom as it is. And I do talk about what I went through with him and everything like that. But I don't talk about it all the time. Because I choose not to. I choose to let it go, and I choose to move on from it. I know that I do need therapy. I have been in therapy because of it. When I was with him, that's the one thing I want to talk to you guys about. When I was 4 years old, I was in a place called CPRI. And I was there for a year. And I have the paperwork here at home. And I was sexually abused there. And he would always bring up CPRI. He would always bring up the issues of CPRI. He would always bring up the issues like, well, I had this done to me in CPRI, or I had that done to me in CPRI. And I'd be looking at him going, well, I'm sorry to hear all that. I really am. I was in CPRI myself. A lot of things happened to me too. And it would be like a slap in the face with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't want to, work, he wouldn't want to do all that stuff, but he did. And he triggered me a lot when it came to that. I was having night terrors from the age of 4 and up. Found out when I was 16 what happened to me. And I don't have night terrors. I barely have night terrors about it anymore because I got the help. And I went through some treatment because of it. But it's still in the back of my head on what happened to me. Being a sexual assault victim, because of it, it's hard. But being a victim of mentally emotional abuse is like, you never thought you'd go through it. My mom, my father, who lives in the same area as my mom, he abused my mom through my whole childhood. And if this is triggering for you, I'm sorry. He abused my mom, and he beat on her, and he beat on my brother, and he beat on my sister, and he would pull me out of bed, and he would get mad at us, and he'd be drunk or high or something would be wrong with him. And he was the biggest narcissistic abuser, physically, emotionally, all of it in one. And he always wants people to feel sorry for him. He always wants people to, he would always drag somebody down because he was having a bad day. And he did that a lot to my mom. And my mom is with an amazing guy now. And that's all I'm going to say, because it's her job to talk about what she went through with my dad, my real dad. And, to me, he's not my real father. My stepfather is. And because my stepfather took responsibility for me and my brother and my sisters after he came into our lives when I was 15. So he's been more there for us than my real dad. And my real dad, he wasn't perfect. I love him, but I can never forgive him for the things he did to us when we were children. I just believe that if someone was going to say to me, well, you got to let it go, and I'm trying to I've let it go. My brother hasn't. He really hasn't, but he has to. I'm trying to move on from it. That's why I moved away from that situation. That's why I moved up here to Ottawa, because I didn't want to be part of that anymore. I didn't want to be there anymore because of it. I just wanted to be left alone. And I think that was the main reason for me to leave. And I think that, just talking about it on my podcast, talking about it on like completely is helping, because it's like I need to get this out there. I need to get what's going on in my life out there. I am not very motivated because of things that have happened to me as a child, but at the same time, I need to move on from it and let it be and let it go. And that is what I'm doing. I'm really trying my best. And when someone comes up to you and tells you, well, you need to move on from it, I go, yeah, I am. I'm trying to. I'm moving on from it. I left that area. I got myself out of that situation. I don't understand why my sister and my mom stays there, but that's where they prefer to stay, and I'm not going to tell them where they can and cannot go. I'm not going to tell them they can't stay there. That's their opinion, but they're going to be living in that type of lifestyle. They're going to be living like that for the rest of their lives by staying where they're staying. If you don't move on from it and you don't get away from it, your life will never be better. But I'm not going to make that comment to everybody. It's just to my sister and my brother. You know what I mean? Like, I think that when you learn from your mistakes and you learn from what you have done, you surely do know what it's like. And my mom has owed up to her mistakes that she's made in her life, and so have I, and so has my sisters, but my brother has not. And I think that is going to take time for my brother to be able to move on from it. Now, living in Ottawa, no, I have not met the Prime Minister. No, I have not met Justin Trudeau. I'll probably never run into him. I'll probably never meet him, but who has met him, that's good for you guys. But I will probably never meet him. And I will probably never meet his ex-wife, Sophie, or his kids, which is fine with me. They're regular people to me. The Prime Minister of Canada is Mark Carney. I'm not going to tell you who I voted for at all when we voted, because I don't want the comments. And I don't want people saying, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Living in low income and living in the poverty line, I know what I'm talking about. So don't tell me what I don't know when I do know. And that irritates me the hell out of people who say, well, you don't know what you're talking about. And you look at them and go, are you serious? I do know what I'm talking about. I hope that within a year I will be able to be financially strapped where I just don't have to live where I'm living right now. But if I have to keep living like this, that's the way things are, and that's the way my life is going to be. But, I think, so yeah, I have not met any of them yet. I have been uptown. I've not bumped into them. Like, I have not bumped into Justin. I've not bumped into the old team or any of that stuff. And I'm happy about that. I'm content. I will never, ever meet him. And that, there's a lot of people in this town that knows him. I've not met anybody who knows him, and I don't want to. I do want to meet new people. I want friends. I tried to befriend my neighbor beside me, and she's too, And now I live in a neighborhood with a bunch of people, really nice people, actually. They're very nice people. I like them. But I keep to myself, and I go for walks at the beach. I go for walks to get coffee and things like that. Or I go for walks because my son had something that had to do with the military, and we had to go do that. And, yeah. Sorry. But, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the typical of the iceberg, But no, I have not met them. I know a lot of people are probably going to say, have you probably bumped into Justin Trudeau? No, I haven't. I didn't even go uptown for when the King was here to open up Parliament. Okay? I never went because I didn't think it was a necessary thing. Yeah, okay, the King came to Canada. Cool for that. Charles was here. Camilla was here. Good, some of us Canadians do have that opinions about them. But I don't mean to be rude. But I don't have to go to those things. I can stay home and watch it on TV. I'm okay with that. I lived in Stratford. I lived 8 hours away from it when it was happening. Why would I have to go there? But this year, more likely, we'll be going uptown for Canada's Day and enjoying ourselves and having fun and doing all the activities and making sure I have money for that is going to be the biggest thing. But yeah, spending Canada's Day uptown is going to be fun for me. If we do that, we might just stick around here and just do something here. I don't know yet. But, you think about those things and you think, Can we afford it? Can we afford to go? And if you can't afford to go, that means you can't go, and that's fine. If the kids get upset, the kids get upset. You just look at yourself and you go, you're doing the best that you can. But it does take a toll on your mental health when it comes to having kids and you can't provide everything for your kids, and you see other kids getting what they want, and your kids are coming to you. And I've had this done to me so many times by my kids. Well, my friend got an iPhone. Can I get an iPhone, Mom? Hey, Mike, and I go, my kid, I go, no, because I got bad credit. And you see them hurting because you can't give them that stuff. It's the same thing with these VR headsets. My son has one, and and I got that from Easy Home. My daughter has an iPad because I've been promising my daughter an iPad. Got that from Easy Home. Got a Dyson. Got that from Easy Home. But that's the only things that I'm getting. I'm in a consumer proposal. I have to pay that. I can't let that go without. I'm about to lose the child tax for my son when he turns 18. And so yeah, I got to think about a lot of things. I'm not prepared for any of this stuff. But yeah, I wasn't even prepared to move out because it came out of the blue. We got offered a place and I said yes, and that's it. I didn't want to be put back on the waiting list to wait 6 years to get a place because my son would be 26 by the time I get a place. And my son would always be out on his own. So yeah, the struggles in life, it's hard when you're struggling completely, and nobody gets that when they see you upset and they see you depressed and they see you, I don't know how to explain it. It's just it's very hard and difficult for when you try to explain to somebody, well, I can be a good hard worker and everything like that, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to hire you because I don't feel you're a good type. And then you're going, okay, I applied to the job. I look nice. What did I do wrong? Please tell me so I can fix it for next time. And you know what I mean? Can you say hi, Snow? Can you say hi? Oh, he's too scared. He's too scared to say hi, guys. I just think, when you think about it, you got to do the best you can. When it comes to job interviews, when it comes to, how do you say it? When it comes to job interviews, plus comes to going for jobs, applying for jobs, thinking that you're going to get the job, and then you don't get the job. And it takes a toll on you, but at the same time, it's don't do that to my water. But it's okay, I guess this means, I'm not going to get the job. That means I got to keep applying to jobs. One of these days, this job's going to come forward. And then the next job, this next job. But just keep doing what I'm doing. Keep doing my podcast. Keep doing YouTube, and you never know what comes first. If it works out with YouTube or if it works out for the job, then you got both. Because, you can't do YouTube. You can do YouTube at the same time working. There's a lot of YouTubers that work. But, I would love to save money. I would love to save $25,000 in 3 months or a month or two. You know what I mean? Saving that money up to pay off debt, to be able to buy a car, to be able to pay off things that I made debt with. That would be nice to have. But we'll have to see. Because, I've never done office work. And, even though I have a computer and everything like that. But anyhow, my camera's about to die because it's blinking red. So before I need to end this, it's at 53 minutes. I'm sorry, I'll be doing an hour one late some other time too. So please hit that subscribe button, notification button, and thank you for listening to me rant. And I will be talking about more things when I come back on Friday. So be prepared for Friday's episode. Thank you.